Yo, yo.
Girl, me want see you wind up on me. Go on body inna the party for me. Girl, me love it when you wind up on me. See your waistline off my mouth, me baby. Girl, let me see you take a little go on, but me see you. Believe you drive me crazy. Every other girl them beneath you, the wine you need to take the dance floor, me girl. Girl, let me see you wind up your waistline. Turn to the moving to the baseline. Let me see you wind up your waistline. The party you full up like a daytime. Girl, let me see you wine your waist. Come back to me now, girl. Let me see you wine your waist. Come back.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. Helps the channel grow. I'm back in the garage. Actually just checking out the second Volvo. Started it up today. I guess I can go over what I've actually done to this Volvo. This Volvo was paid under $10,000 cash with a title. Got all my stickers put on. Actually, I had a tint go on the window, a clear tint for UV protection. So this Volvo has it's a D12. It's got about 1 million miles on it. I did the AC compressor. Got a brand new alternator. I'm waiting to do the starter. The last thing that I did was this blue line here. This is from the air compressor, and that line over there goes to the air dryer. The original line was broken, or not broken, it was seized, and I couldn't unbolt it from here because that line, this line here, had a hole in it, so it needed to be replaced. So I got a replacement made at a hydraulic shop, and then I ended up welding on some fittings. So I welded on some fittings from here to here, and I also welded on a fitting underneath here. Let me see if I can show you guys in there, just so I can disconnect it from here, because I had a hard time disconnecting this hose because this hose needed to come out and it wouldn't come out. So when I try to take off this pipe goes all over there into the fan and all that stuff, and the bends, I was unable to take off the pipe, so I cut it into a section, and I did weld on fittings that I can easily remove myself. But there is one little pinhole that I'm gonna have to tack. It's somewhere right under here, a pin, like literally a needle. So I'm gonna have to tack it at some point. I still have an air leak somewhere back here. I gotta figure out where, and I replaced this because it was leaking air. Let's see what else I did to this. All right, the fuel filter oil change, got a brand new air compressor put on, and a new reservoir, and we got the new filter in there. And I feel like the flex pipe is also leaking, so I got to take a look at that. Another thing that I've done, we got some chrome mud flaps. I replaced this entire exhaust, and I welded on some brackets with the original brackets that were here. I welded on some flat stock, and then ordered these on Amazon. This whole section of stainless steel came from Amazon, and I also welded on the little flap to cover the rain. I removed all the flarings and all that stuff. They were broken. I added brand new airlines, and I just replaced this. I replaced this here, but it still needs some adjustment because the airbags are still too high, and I'm gonna replace the airbags and shocks, but the airbags are still too high, and I'm gonna either have to get a shorter one or maybe add another bracket from here to here just to. I think I'm gonna make another bracket or something, because this is just, it's still too high. Let's see what else. I did the airbags and shocks, so brand new airbags and shocks, and I have the rear mud flaps put on with the brackets, and you see it's connected to my belly dump. My belly dump right now, it's just sitting here, right? It's registered, insured, and all that stuff, but my first load was unsuccessful. And I did a lot of work, you know, to this belly dump. I painted it up, added used tires, got all the LEDs and the tape and all the stuff on here. And my first load was unsuccessful. All the dirt was, this is not going to be good for dirt. It's going to be good for base material and other smaller stuff. Like the stuff that was in there was boulders and all that stuff, and it's just gonna get clogged up on these doors that I have, and you have to manually open these doors with a pipe. You know what? I'll take you guys up there just so you can see. I was unhappy on my first my first load. And you see here, have them dig it out and dump it somewhere, because I tried spending hours on hours trying to pick it out on the day that I was dumping, and I needed more help. I need somebody with an excavator or more hands. And this is the other trailer, the 28-footer. Still working on the doors. I have an issue with the thing not rolling up correctly because of the springs. But these panels are still new, and I just need to find time to figure out what's going on and why it doesn't roll up correctly. But you know, it's sitting here. I don't need it. When it comes time, I at least have it. But this Volvo here is going to be next in line, so I'm going to be registering this soon. As soon as that tax money hit, it's probably I'm gonna hit the road with this one. I'm gonna sit the other Volvo down for a little bit, run this one on the Amazon account. I changed out the shifter bushings as well, so it shifts really smooth. Yeah, we got some rust on the doors, you know, whatever. Got the, I did, so the interior was all how do you say, detailed. I got the interior detailed. Actually, it's all clean right now. Smells nice in here. I did the floors, so it's very clean in here right now. There's no cabinets and stuff, but I do have the fridge, and I need to get a power inverter. So the reason for the floors is, you know, I removed the carpet and stuff, and there was like a hole here somewhere, so I cut it out, welded on some new sheet metal, and welded on new sheet metal, and what is it? Sheet metal, sealed everything up. Well, I primered everything, and then resealed everything, and then got the seat back in. This is not the original holes for the seat. I had to drill the holes, but it's gonna be a comfortable ride in here. Let me see. I'm gonna show you guys over here. You can see here. All right, let me see. You can see the actual metal and stuff, flat metal. But a lot of you don't know, like the whole, you know, cutting out welding, that doesn't bother me. I was a fabricator and welder, so I like to weld. So cutting out holes and welding and stuff, that doesn't bother me. I just got to find the time to do it. So this section of the floor, when I got the truck, I already knew that when I got the truck that this was like limping. You had the rug and stuff, and this is a common area where on the Volvos you get a rust hole or something, or a hole because of the exhaust material and stuff. So it ended up being worse than what I thought when I actually got the truck and I pulled out the rug. It ended up being like what I cut out pretty much was let's see, this entire section, like all the way back there. So all this here, all the way up to the shifter bushing and all that stuff, that's all welded brand new metal, and then I reinforced with angle iron going across, and that's all primered and sealed up, and primered and sealed up and welded. And then I use this as a budget flooring for now. I just didn't want to waste time to put hardwood floors, and I already spent enough time welding the floor that I didn't want to spend time putting hardwood floors and all that stuff. And Yeah, so that's my floor, and this is the inside of the truck. It's all detailed, smells good, sounds good. Just have a couple air leaks that I have to figure out. Honestly, like a truck like this, a lot of drivers would even mess with a truck like this, with the work that it needed. But when you're mechanically inclined, nothing scares you. You know, it's sky's the limit on what you can do. And this is going to be an example of a truck that I'm going to make all my money back. I mean, look, I did the front shocks on there too myself. And now that I know how to do the brake chambers, I'm probably going to tackle that myself. Another thing I'm going to have to tackle is I'm going to take off this whole bumper here, and I'm actually going to weld some of the areas that imperfections and stuff like that on the bumper, like you see this. Like, I'm going to end up welding that back together, unless I find a new bumper, a metal bumper. But you know, I just want to come check out the truck, start the truck. Tonight I am going a Loretto round tripper. I haven't done anything all week, so I'm gonna do that tonight, and then I start my contracts up back on Sunday. So I'm gonna be on the contracts from here on for the next 3 months. And I know the market right now is getting really, really iffy. I've watched a couple videos and a couple other channels, and everybody seems to is having a hard time right now. And only reason why I haven't been on contracts this week, like I said, I had some medical appointments that I really had to take care of for the VA. So let's see what else. Did the truck. I'm actually gonna head home, try to give you guys an update. Got some news from the military unit I was with, and you know, nothing surprised me. There's some paperwork discrepancies of my separation. They caught me off guard today, so I was dealing with that the last couple hours. But you know, anybody who's been in the military knows, you know, a lot of people back office, a lot of stuff gets swept under the rug, and nobody back there gets held accountable, and they should be, because a lot of stuff does happen on the admin side of mistakes that people don't talk about, and that's just something that I'm dealing with today. Let's see, I'm ready to get this truck on the road, man. I'm actually gonna change this out here. This hose here is just nasty and rusted. I ended up using blue rubber silicone on the other Volvo, so I'm gonna be taking that off and replacing it with blue rubber silicone. And I thought about getting a replacement turbo on this, but I don't know yet. We'll see. There's a couple other things I want to do, but I'm gonna run this truck. This truck, it's got good oil pressure, and it feels nice when I drive it. And I think maybe it's because it has front airbags too. The other one doesn't have front airbags, but this one just feels smoother. And I have to do the steering linkage, and it needs an alignment. Yeah, there's a couple things that I have to do to this truck, you know. If you're gonna be looking for loads, you know, if you want to get into end dump, belly dump, a good app to use is that app called TRUX, Trucks and Bulk Loads. Bulk Loads has a lot of end dump loads, and Trucks has a lot of end dump loads. And then I just started getting notifications in my area for belly dump for the Trucks app. So that is another option I'm gonna share with you guys if you're watching this right now. That, you know, you don't only have to do drive-in. Stuff is getting iffy right now, and you got to be able to get into whatever you can get into. I mean, just all week I didn't work, or I did 2 different trips, and then I got loads for belly dump on the Trucks app, and I was like, man, this thing was empty. I probably would have took it out. But you know, this belly dump, I'm gonna have to coat the inside with some type of coating to make the material slide a little bit better. And I think I am gonna get vibrators to put in there on the side, because this is an old trailer, and you know, my first load was unsuccessful, and I want to get that issue fixed because I want to be able to use that trailer. I mean, I want to get my money back. You know, I didn't. That thing is already registered, so. But yeah, it's Friday, guys. It's traffic. My wife and kids took off for the weekend, and I gotta work for the weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna go home and eat Taco Bell. See what happens. But I'm gonna put this out there today. Give you guys an update what's going on, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.